Hey, good to see you watching the latest Twins television episode again. What we're going to do in this episode is we're going to take our wheels to a wheel specialty shop. These wheels are going to be completely refurbished. And of course, we're also going to continue working on our awesome V10. It already looks really good, but we still have a lot of things to do. Our parts scattered everywhere, and we want to get all of that off the ground, and we just want our engine to be one whole piece. And soon it can just go into the lamp all at once too. Do you really enjoy this kind of content? Then don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. With all that said, let's lift up the car and take off the wheels. Let's go. Hey, what's up? Super cool that you're watching a new episode of Twins TV again. So what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to take our wheels to As you can see, we've removed the wheels from our Lambo and they're super burnt. Check this out. Inside and out, it's mostly just melted plastic. It's a bit damaged, but it's not broken. So we're going to go hard on the tires halfway through. They're going to fix it all for us, sandblasting, powder coating, but we haven't decided on the color yet. I've seen photos, glossy black, gold. I've seen all kinds of crazy colors. We've really seen so many colors. But yeah, we think it looks better if the special bolts that are in there still stand out nicely, because if it's black, they disappear completely. But yeah, I'd say, let's load up. Let's go to Halfweg. Guys, we're here at Pipple. The car tires in Halfweg. Bam, man. I'm here with Victor, the owner. Super cool, man, that you want to work with us. Absolutely, no problem. Yeah, man, these are our wheels. You guys?
Have a lot. You did your best? Yes, they turned out well, didn't they? But you can make something out of it. I'm going to make something new out of it. What are you all doing? We specialize in new and used tires, as well as rim repairs. Rim repairs from Fiat 500 to Lamborghinis. I saw that there.
Audi makes really nice car sets, right?
Yes, we just repaired that too. Really cool, really cool. Maybe it also keeps the colors if you ever want to put something nice and different. Say, this is a nice color, but not for you guys, okay? We'll keep it then.
Classic. But you're saying this can be fixed, right? Yes, we're going to make this completely new. That's convenient.
That we're going to put it on the balancing machines to check if it's in color, or if it's still a bit straight, yeah, because otherwise we have to fix it beforehand before we paint the wheels. But so,
just to say briefly, it doesn't matter what kind of car you have.
Right? Car,
Ferrari or
Fiat.
It doesn't matter. You have all the tires on beforehand?
Almost. I can never say all of them. You have mistakes. I would try to put a balancing device on it. Let's check if he is straight. I'll get in the swing and then we'll see right away. There's a little swing in it, but we're also setting up a house. So I'm gonna make sure he walks nicely again. You ever
borrowed a tiny tire from the neighbor for the car? It pulled well, but be cautious. The right tire gets put on. Are you going to arrange that for us too? Of course. What a fantastic company, huh guys?
Flat tires. Guys,
In an adjacent setup, they recently installed this new process that few companies can perform. Victor, what exactly is it? How are these
wheels made like this? These wheels arrived completely in one color. A customer requested a unique item that the wheel supplier couldn't provide, so they asked us if we could make it for them. What we did with these wheels is put them on a computer numerical control lathe to create the two-color effect. That's why my colleague, the wheel repair specialist, is going to explain how we finished this wheel.
Condition. Of course, we start by removing the tire, then all the weights and stickers are taken off. Inside. After that, the rim is completely stripped of paint. Then we take it all apart so that the bolts don't get blasted along with it. Then the bolts are polished, the rims are blasted, and then in stages they are coated. How long does one of those take?
process to finish a wheel like that?
Repair typically takes 3 to 7 working days, depending on the condition.
For one wheel? No.
For one set?
So if I bring it in completely, you'll have it ready in 3 to 7 days? Yes. Oh, that's pretty fast.
I see. We
have seen a lot of beautiful examples, and we actually thought about keeping it a bit original, so the same color as it has now. But then Victor came up with something, guys. Unbelievable. This is awesome, guys.
This one.
We're going to make this color. Look how beautiful it is, guys. Super cool. It is.
Is this a bit of the desired effect?
What, you guys? It's more than we expected. I'm just super curious about the end result. Guys, this is where you need to be. I can't say it enough. Guys, we're back in the workshop, and first of all, I want to thank Cronenberg so much for sponsoring a lot of parts for our bike. Thank you for that, and we're going to put all of that on the bike in this episode. But before we do that, we're first going to replace a sensor on the other side that was badly damaged by the fire, really burned in the LED, so let's do that first. It's nice to see the news. Where is it? On the table? That's a nice little sensor. It's just how it should be. This lock acts as a position sensor. Let's replace it quickly. Because we won't win a war that way. Let's go. Music.
Music.
I get why the average mechanic working on a Lambo would say, yeah, the intake is kind of in the way. Since our throttle body isn't installed yet, it's still easily accessible at the moment. But you can imagine that when that engine is in the car, it's really hard to replace an oil filter on a car like that. And I also heard that you can get those kits that move your oil filter to another spot somewhere in between here. So it's really easy to replace. Is it an original one that's coming out? Well, it's an ultraviolet filter, UFI, but what inside goes in, is that it too? Yes, it's exactly the same. Oh, so it is an original one. So yeah, thanks. I do want a burger for that. At least we know the right materials are going back in, but it doesn't look super weird. No, of course it's a bit black, but that's part of it. Indeed, we are going to cut it open, but that's not so interesting to show on camera, just to check if there are any metal residues inside. Follow us on Instagram to see it. We're quickly installing the new oil filter, then going full throttle. Music. 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 As you just saw in the footage, we've done a lot of work. We've installed the injector rails, these vacuum valves. I think our vacuum system is pretty much completely finished. The wiring harness is installed, all the connectors click together perfectly, but we found one thing that's different from the old wiring harness that came out. That's actually one connector. This connector is just a simple brown wire, and we've done some research to find out where it goes. It goes into this block, and this block, or this cable, goes to the ignition coils. This resistor is for the ignition coils, but it's not on our wiring harness. It may have been modified.
Already?
Maybe this is a modified wiring harness where it's not attached. But if an error pops up or anything like that, then we know it's because of this and we'll just add it. It's difficult because you can just pull off the cable sleeve, so you can add it easily, but we're not going to cut into the new one, so we'll just wait and see. I think we've arrived at the alternator installation. That's right. We haven't talked about that yet, except that it was actually broken. You knew that in the previous episode.
The sound
Was really very...
gross. We have to.
Did you guys ever hear it? Brand new. Guys, a new alternator cost about 450 euros. We found an Amsterdam company that refurbishes alternators. They press new bearings in for us. This is the bearing that came out. Look at the cage. See what it looks like. Completely blown out. Yeah. So there's some fire extinguisher powder in it, I think. Yeah, it's really a bit done for. But guys, 80 euros, new bearings. It's been tested, it works. So we can go full a sample and we're certain it will go well. Indeed, so yeah, super nice. We also have a new strap. We ordered this strap from a website. It's not the original, but it's just as long. I also did some research on the PC. You can show it as well. The tightening torques for the aircraft are 70 Newton meters. And it also says that you should indeed secure it with Loctite. And for the front, for the pulley where you wind the belt, that's 50 Newton meters. So we grabbed a torque wrench, we have Loctite here. I would say nothing can go wrong. Let's install it. They'll get to that right away. How to tension your belt. But you've never used this method before. Guys, I just mentioned something about tightening a string in a way you've never seen before. At least, I've never seen it before, and I've tightened quite a few strings. Or maybe I'm just a little crazy. Anyway,
Let's see, according to...
my page, 953 if I'm correct. No, 953, is that right? Yes. Look, this is the string. Yes, of course, it runs between your crankshaft and your alternator, but it's tightened with a tensioner. That's how it normally works. And you tension this one to 140 hertz. Give or take, give or take. 4, so you can deviate by 4. Exactly, 4 hertz, so it can be 136 or 144.
Yes, well...
Now I've downloaded an app on my phone. That's really funny. It measures, when you do this, the frequency, just like when you...
A guitar.
Tune a guitar. I think you could use a guitar tuner, but we don't have one. So what we're going to do now is, I have my app here. I click on measure. Now it has to be really quiet, because it needs to measure it properly. It shows 107 hertz, so that means it needs to be tightened even more, but I'm going to do it again to demonstrate how accurate this is or isn't. So again, 105 or 106, there's barely any difference. Let's take an average of 106. We're allowed a difference of 4, so this will work. This is just going to be 100.
100.
So that means the string needs to be even tighter now. It needs to be a bit tighter indeed, so that's what we're going to do now. Super, super tight. Okay, stop. Here we go. Hey, no, you can't be serious. Look here.
134, okay, that works.
Show? Yes, 144 hertz.
Okay, quiet.
Because we want to do it one more time and then secure it, because it's still loose, so... 145. 145 more.
One time.
Do. $142 is perfect. I'll secure it now. Will you have key 13 for me later? This string tensioning method is unique. Usually, a constant tension is applied with a tensioner. This approach, using a hertz measurement, is novel, even compared to timing belt systems. Really weird. Alright? We're going to measure once. 139 is still within limits, as it should be around 140, give or take. One more time. 140. 140.
Absolutely right.
We're not going to do anything about this anymore. Guys, this means that our engine is ready except for one small thing, which are the connectors for the ignition coils. They do click in, but they're not fully secure. They're only about 70% in. So in the future, of course, we're going to fix those connectors, but we just haven't had time yet to go to a Volkswagen or Audi dealer to buy those connectors. But that's something for the future. We can always access them from the side, so that's not a problem. But this chapter is now just
completely finished.
Guys, I have every confidence that this little engine is just going to work, because of course we checked it out and we also took care of its appearance. So this is all going to work out just fine. What can you expect from us in the upcoming episodes? And that we're of course going to completely clean the clutch and get it in order. Of course the little plepier will also be thoroughly cleaned, and the gearbox as well. It will all go into the cars 1 unit later. But before we do that, of course, we're going to repair the fuel tank first, because that always goes into the car first. I've said enough. Don't forget to subscribe to support us, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything from us. Also follow us on Instagram at twins.tv_, that's where we post content that doesn't make it to YouTube. And yeah, of course, we'll be back next week with a new episode. We don't know yet if it's going to be about the gearbox, the clutch, or if it's the fuel tank's turn, but it's going to be a really fun episode and you'll see us then. Until then.